Okay, nice. I just started. Anyway, maybe read the chat. So yeah, anyways, I'm just in school again, as always. Singing a song for school, so I'm doing that. Storm! What am I gonna do with a mortgage calculator? School. Right, school. I don't know how to do mortgage. I don't even have a house. Heck, I don't even have a job. Jeez, I still gotta do that video. This is the other thing for you guys. Soon. I swear soon. I will get that done. Soon. One day. Mushing up to freedom. I realize that most of my live streams are me just rambling. Sorry about that. If you were expecting other things, I could do that one day. I could. Do you guys want to see me play After Hours? There's no way I've played it before. I'm gonna focus on this. I have a bug on my head. It's okay. I'm not trying to feel it. Dusty. The heck? My stroker's ready. Anyways, so. Violence. Test. And her grandma, she was barking because the guy was walking by the house and like the front of our house. So, yeah. 5 ways. Some problem your child said not to serve. You think because you trained me away, you've protected yourself from them every day. Okay, it's time to move on. I'm stubbornly one. I'm trying to get this done. Public speaking.
Stop where you're at with that one.
Okay.
And take a final break.
Okay, I'm gonna finish writing down here for this part, just so I don't forget it. Okay. Oh gosh.
Getting really sleepy. Go back outside and
I'm not sleeping. I need a stretch.
go outside and stretch. Get some air. It's not like you're getting up there. Start turning into one of those vampire things with no sun and no tan line.
I already am losing my sunlight.
Yes, you've already lost it all, Iris. It takes a long time to do that and vanish. Looking good. Supposed to be that.
I'm stretching. Hugs. Storm lets me hug her.
He's super happy. Easy access to saving every day. Coupons sent straight to your phone.
That's my ear.
Keepers, right for everyone. If you in shape today and raise your shelf tomorrow, picture yourself versus
Storm. Storm. No, go, but I also want it. Storm, come here. Come here. Oh, no. Did you get an itch? Did you get an itch? I said for her to come here, and she did, and she was like this, and she was like that, so she could have tripped. The thing is, because you got a really bad itch. Anyways, it's back to school stuff now. Missed 3 issues that I care about.
Okay, go back. Go to what you started on first thing this morning.
Oh.
Change it up.
I gotta do mortgage stuff. I don't understand how I'm supposed to do this. I mean, it gave me a mortgage calculator thing for it. I still don't understand how you use that.
Get back to it.
I am back onto. That's the part I left off for this one,
Is that where you left off?
and I don't. If they bought, you guys buy $175,000 for your home and paid interest rate of 7% for over 30 years, how much interest would you pay for your home? I don't know how to use these guys. Well, because
Annual
home
interest rate. Home price.
it didn't say, it just says that you borrowed home loan amount, so that would be the same as that. 75.
Okay, so
It just gives
hang on. So you just went to a mortgage calculator. That's something that it tells you to do here.
Yeah. This is the one that they gave me to use.
Okay, so what does it? Let's start at the.
Here, I got it all from Here, I
You
cried.
borrowed $12,000, or are you trying a different one now?
This one. No, because that one,
You did
Was the
something already.
this was the first thing.
Okay,
for
so your parents borrow for your home, and you paid an interest rate of. Okay, so go back to your calculator.
No, that's the same one that gave me.
Okay, so you got 175,000. So down payment, if you're going to go for the loan amount, that would be 0. Okay, and 7% at 30 years. Okay, so you have that. That's all it's asking. Okay, because a lot of times when you borrow money from the bank for something like a home, you have to put down a certain amount of money, usually like 20%. It's changed a lot because of the way the market is, but they usually require you to have saved some money to give to them to show them that you're serious about doing it. Because if you have no investment in the home and they give you like $175,000, that's a lot of money, right? How do they have no? You have no reason to care about paying it back unless you have some money invested in it yourself. I mean, you can say one thing, but tomorrow you'd rather have a nice shiny car. You can take your money and go pay on that instead of the. And you think you can live in an apartment instead of the house, then you lose nothing other than,
Mhm.
and they lose. Okay, so that's why there's that down payment question. But for the sake of this, you don't have to have anything on there. So what does it tell you?
Says, okay, how many did the monthly payment they used from my phone? I still don't see it. It just says, what would the loan be? What if they paid off the? How much interest would they pay on the home?
Okay, so then you just have to look through that information because it's all in there.
Yeah.
And Iris, actually, as you're punching through all of that, actually pay attention to some of those numbers with the amount of money that was actually borrowed, and after 30 years, how much you actually paid on it. If you made everything on time and paid them at the interest rate that they said. Okay.
Okay.
Just pay attention to it. I mean, you don't have to memorize it. Just have it.
Month interest. What is confusing? Page 15. If you played in 20 years, go back up here.
And at this point, I'm going to go an hour at a time.
Okay.
Let's hope it doesn't take you that long to finish off whatever you start.
Yeah. 15.
Then you have to switch on here.
that doesn't make sense. So home price. $75,000. Yeah. 5%. No, total interest rate. Okay. Hmm. 69,141.84. That's the wrong one. Goofy me. 941.84. What's that girl? No. 7%. Oh. 7, 5, 0, 0, 0. Okay, and then we go like that. And calculate. Okay, can we do it? Oh, that's glitching. Okay, so that would be $631.67. That's a lot of money. A lot of money. I don't have that money. I have $40. Spend all my little merch and stuff like that. And a $2 pin of some, because who doesn't like a $2 pin? Small pin, really small pin. 175 0 0 0 7%. 30 years. Calculate. Look it. So it'd be 244.1. A lot more money than how much you actually pay. .0.57. Why does this have to be so confusing? Nope. One. Nope. 175,000. Gotta change that, which would be 20. Calculate. And could it be 1,500? Oh, 150,625.25 dollars for. That's a lot of money. Too much money for me for a house. Now it's loading. Delete. It doesn't want to work today. It says that network isn't found.
I guess we get to have silence for a while. Easy. Very easy.
It says that the computer has updated. See, it's working. It just doesn't want to work sometimes. So 8. That 130. It's not 130. Wait. 91. Okay. I did that guy. I did the mortgage thing
Makes sense.
a little, but not really.
So is that done, or do you cut something else in there?
I'm pretty sure it's done. I can check it again, but I'm pretty sure it's done.
Wipe this off.
Yeah,
Ask me whatever it is that doesn't quite.
I just don't really understand
Well, you don't.
what
Yeah.
it's just mortgage and this the thing in general doesn't really exactly make sense.
What doesn't make sense? You're borrowing money and they're charging you a price
The
to
church
use their money.
that makes sense. It's just the way you have to do the math and stuff. Just
Okay. Yeah, it does get real confusing, and I can't be super clear on that. But what happens is they give you a percentage rate, but it's not like 7% of 175,000. It's like if you make a payment, you're still, and part of the way they've broken down. Let me kind of draw a visual so that so when we're talking about it, it's even more confusing.
when you made the pork.
So that was the last thing for your.
For the first one, Roll of Thunder, Hear My Cry.
So why are they doing that?
I thought that would be something more mathy. For this activity, we'll learn. Years ago, Cassie's father bought the land that her family lives on. In the book, the Logans own their land but have a mortgage, which means they still owe money on the land to the bank. During this time history, it could be very hard for African American people to get loans for homes and property. For this activity, we'll learn more about mortgages and interest. Interest is the fee charged by the bank or lender, the borrower who uses the money for a purchase. When you buy a property and can't pay cash for it, you can go to the bank to get a loan. Maybe the bank lends you the money to buy the property, and then you have a mortgage to pay. Usually, you pay a percentage of the mortgage each month. The bank does not give you the money for free. You have to pay the bank interest for borrowing the money. The amount of interest you owe is determined by the interest rate. Use the interest rate and mortgage option 1 or 2 page to practice figuring out interest paying payments for 2 different kinds of loans: regular loans with simple interest and mortgage loans with compound interest. This
Okay, so I'm not gonna get into all the extra terminology of it.
other than it's really confusing.
Okay, so and if buying a car or something similar to that, it gets real confusing the same kind of way, whether actually the terms or the exact amounts of how confusing it gets may vary a little bit. But I'm gonna put the pencils back. I just need to have it in here somewhere. So you would think it's just even numbers. So if you had like say $100,000, okay, make it even, and say 7%. So 7% of that is what? That would be 7. That would be 70. It would be 700. So it'd be 7,000. Yeah. Yeah. So,
We would divide that.
okay.
by-
Let's just. I'm really don't even your calculations and all that tells you one thing. So, and did you see at the end so that's a 15 year. They probably had you look at a couple of different
Yeah.
things how they broke it down. Standardly speaking, for the longest time, a 30-year mortgage, so a loan that you would pay off in 30 years, if you can imagine 30 years, okay, is a standard time frame. And the way
It's like 100.
however they say it, okay, what happens is, so you owe, that's the 7% of this loan. Well, I'm just going to block it. Really. It's real simple. Okay. And it's not like, it gets much more complicated than this. Actually, don't even need to make it that big. So, first 10 years, second 10 years. You would think that, well, so your interest rate, say 7%, and then your $100,000, you would think that, okay, so you pay just stupid simple number, say $1,000 a month. That's not right. Okay, I'm just saying $1,000 a month. So you would think your $1,000, and you take the 7% of that, you would subtract that from the $100,000, and that's how much you would owe after a payment, right? It doesn't work like that. They start you out. So this is what they call the principal which is the amount that you owe. And this is the interest. Okay. And of that $1,000 plus, a few bucks for the interest, you probably are paying $990 in interest, and $10 goes to the principal. So after that first payment, you still owe $999 and probably like 90 cents. And then they compound the interest on that again. So what happens is your principal on this side across 30 years, it really doesn't start, the part that you actually owe doesn't get paid on until you get further into the loan. The first few years, this is all interest because of the way they calculate it. Okay, but over 30 years, so 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. So say at $100,000, you would think that, halfway through your loan, you should owe $50,000. Not even close.
You're trying to get as much money out of you as you can.
Mm-hmm. So that's why it gets really confusing. And I can't tell you how they calculate it exactly. That's the formulas they have in there. And if you study, the way they do that, there's a straight up formula for it. How they're allowed to do that and who said it was okay to do that. If you need $100,000 and you want to buy a house, you're going to pay because ain't nobody else going to give it to you. Does that kind of make sense? The math is going to be in all these formulas, and you know how to do the math once you're given the right information. But that's how they do it. So my car, they want me to go 6 years. Your payment will go down like $50 if you make it a 6-year loan instead of paying off in 5 years. I go, no, give me 5 years because I want to be done paying. And all you're doing is collecting more interest, because after 2.5 years, you would think I would be halfway done with paying for my car, but I'm not. So if for some reason, just using an even number, I paid $20,000, okay, on the Subaru, and it's a 5-year loan. So, 5 years. By the time you get to in here, you would think I'd owe them $10,000. Well, it doesn't work that way. It probably does more like. So they're collecting interest. So if you get to, like, after 2 years, or even at 2.5 years, and for some reason you lost your job, you have hard times, you can't make the car payment anymore, and you go, okay, so I only owe you $10,000, right? So if I get somebody, no, you don't. You actually still owe like $15,000 because it hasn't come down. They haven't taken it off of the principal. It's all, they collected all that interest over here, and you're still owing $20,000, $20,000, $20,000, $20,000, $18,000. Yeah, you're down to the last couple of years, and you'll start to pay off the principal, the actual amount of the loan. You have to pay off the interest at a higher percentage first, and that's how they calculate all those.
I was trying to get as much money
Yeah, so if you figure, okay, I'm going to pay my car off at 2.5 years. I paid on it 2.5 years. You know, I won a lottery ticket, and it gave me 10,000. I'm going to go pay that car off, so I don't have my monthly payment anymore. You go and see how much you owe, and it's not going to be $10,000. It'll be more like $15,000. So what do you mean? I've paid for it like half the time already. So that's all interest. The principal is still at 17,000. They want to make sure they get their interest. So you can pay it off, but it's not going to be $10,000. It's going to be more like $15,000 to $17,000. Financial institutions, they want to say, we're nice guys. We want to let you get you what you want. You're paying a heavy duty price for it. That's why you got to be careful with your money. Same thing with, your credit cards. That's how the interest works. So and the credit cards are even worse. You got 7%. You can't get 7% anymore. But that's it used to be possible. My car loan was really low. I actually talked them down a little bit on the interest rate. Well, that's not going to make that big a difference. Well, then humor me, give it to me. So I think I'll only pay for 1 or 2% interest. So, but the credit cards, at the very least, are in the 20 percentile. So when you borrow $1, you have to pay them $1.20 back right away. Otherwise, it keeps compounding. If you just make the minimum payment, if you used $1 and the minimum payment was 20 cents, so you pay 20 cents, that's not even enough to cover interest. The amount will keep going up. So that's why if you use a credit card, it's good. Use it, and then when you get the bill, you pay it off right away so it doesn't get a chance to calculate the interest, because you can borrow. If you pay it that way, they can add that interest in. You have that 30-day period of using that money. But chances are most people don't. Does that make sense?
It makes more sense than this.
And yeah, the calculations they have the amortization, the way they amortize. So the way they calculate it, the word is amortization for these kinds of loans. They pay in with the money you pay goes into a higher percentage of the interest than it does your principal. The principal being the amount that you actually borrowed. Okay.
They're just trying to get more money.
Well, it's a business. They're not in the business of just handing out money because they're nice guys. They're in the business to make money. So there you go. Okay. Is that it? Is that something I need to look at?
Yeah, you're gonna look at that.
This one? Okay, and then go on to the next. We'll take a 5-minute break, and then go to your math.
Okay.
Okay, because you're already at 3:30.
Yeah. Ellie's getting off of school now. Oh.
Well, she started earlier than you did.
Yeah, I know. But I said that I was gonna try to go down to school so I could pick up the birthday invitation that she made me. I was gonna try to do that today. So it's
Late, huh?
It's late. I might decide to walk over to your house if I have time.
Can you run out there that fast? Does she have her phone in school?
I don't know, probably. But I don't think I can run that fast without my lungs try and give out on me. So I'm gonna try to finish my school stuff quickly. I'm gonna let her know that I might go down to her house to go pick it up. We were talking about that on Monday. So, yeah.
So if you think she has the thing and does her mom pick her up or does she walk home or?
Her mom picks her up. Sometimes she walks, sometimes she doesn't. It depends on what the weather's like.
Okay, so I'll let you text her if you can meet up with her and get that done instead of walking all the way over to her house. If she can hang out for 5 minutes and wait for you to get out there. It's just right out here, right?
Let's go down there. It also depends on what she has to do when she gets home as well. I don't really know.
That's why you need to text her and ask her. You're gonna have to text her and ask her anyway. You just don't want to do that
Right now, I want to try to get my stuff done.
Okay.
So I will.
Okay.
That's
it's
all for after
That's,
I'm done with math.
yeah, that's just kind of.
Why do you want that sent inside the ring of fire? Fire ring, not ring of fire.
Did you take the word?
Yeah, that's what it is.
Okay. Try to clear your head of what you were doing and then go on to the next.
So area is radius. So that'd be 2 times pi.
Okay. Read that sentence and read that answer and tell me it makes sense.
Stacy is upset that Mr. Morrison is staying because he thinks he can't do it. He can do it.
Yeah, okay.
It's
As long as
so
you stumbled on it too. I was kind of
Yeah.
wondering if I was.
Yeah, that's crazy. I forgot to write that part because my sentence spaced out a tiny bit. And then I forgot what I was going to write. And I thought I read it. And yeah, blah, 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 blah. Stacey is upset because he thinks he can do what Mr. Morrison. Okay, I fixed it. Okay, let's see. Times 2. So that is pi times radius to the power of 2. Okay.
That's still really confusing. Stacy is upset that Mr. Morrison is staying because he thinks he can do
Well,
what
because he's
Mr.
annoyed.
Morrison does for work.
Because he's annoyed because he thinks that he can do what Mr. Morrison does and that they don't really need him there because he thinks he can do
Okay.
that.
I understand because I read the answer in the book as well. What I'm saying is the way you wrote your sentence is very confusing, and you need to be better at writing what you mean in a way so that when it's read that it conveys what you're trying to say as opposed to a confusing thought that kind of loops back on itself. Because listen, just listen to me. I know what you're thinking, and you know what you're thinking, and I know what you're thinking, and I know what the book says, and I know really what you mean. But listen to what you say in your sentence, okay? Just listen to it.
Okay, let me put on.
So Stacy is upset that Mr. Morrison is staying because he thinks he can do what Mr. Morrison does for work. Because he thinks, because he thinks So is that Mr. Morrison or is that Stacy or is this Mr. Morrison or is this
No, he
Stacy?
said because he
This is-
thinks that he can do the work that Mr. Moore.
I understand.
It makes
It's still-
sense to me.
To your, which makes you, which means this is a F.
What the heck?
Because it doesn't.
It makes sense to me.
So you know how to write it so that it makes better sense to somebody who isn't reading your confused mind and going, I understand what Iris is saying because I'm confused too. You know what I mean? No? Okay, so I watched a kid do this. Everybody gets turning. Everybody gets a coin going around the table. Go around the table. Everybody gets a coin. I'm handing out coins. You get a coin. Okay, here's the putt. You get a coin. I get a coin. 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 Everybody going around the table is getting a coin. You get a coin. I get 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 a coin. Everybody going around the table. Everybody gets a coin. I'm glad I'm handing out the coins.
Coin, 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 coin.
That's makes sense. I have 4 times the coin each one of you has because you were ambiguous in your instructions. It's still correct. I understood what was being said in my head.
So I get a coin and they get a coin and I get a coin and they get a coin. I get a coin and they get a coin.
Yeah, but you don't get to do that. I'm doing it. So you get a coin. I get a coin.
And you get.
They get
That
a
makes
coin.
sense because then everybody gets a coin. So you grab a coin and you give somebody else a coin. And you get a coin again and then you give somebody else a coin.
And that's fair? That's even? No, it's not even.
Chocolate coin.
Iris,
Mm.
you're going to make me mad. Okay, I'm trying to get examples for you to understand why you're. And as a matter of fact, if you're going to have that, I just want to make you write that over.
No.
Well, you're giving me a really pissy attitude.
I don't understand what this question's asking me for math. This
Makes
is
sense.
Paul wants to add a layer of sand to cover the inside of the fire ring. Each bag of sand covers 3.5 square feet. How many bags of sand will Paul need to use for fire ring?
Okay, so what do you need to figure out?
Area, but I don't know what the bag. I don't know how.
What information do you need to be able to figure that out?
I need the radius times pi.
Okay,
I don't.
so you need the area of what to start with?
The fire ring, which
Okay,
I have.
okay. And then,
Oh, the area. No, I don't. I have the circumference.
with that, you should be able to find the area, right?
Maybe you divide that by 2.
So you need to find the, slow down, slow down.
Circumference.
So you need to know the area of the fire ring, right? You already know what one bag, how much space one bag will cover. So all you need to know is how many bags it will take
So I'd have to do the how much each bag covers times that until I get this answer. We're close to it.
Well, wouldn't it also be a division problem?
And so you could also divide this by
What's this?
the circumference of the circle by
No, you have the area. So you have the information for the area. What you need is the area. Okay.
because
Okay, so-
area is
Okay.
Pi times
However
radius.
you figured that out, that's what you need. You need the area. You know the formula to do that, so you can get that information, and you have how much space the bag will cover of that area. So how many of those do you need to cover the area? So is that not like a division problem? You take what the bag will cover and then divide it into the area of your fire ring, and then if there's a remainder, then you just have an extra bag, right? Because that's still more space. It's not a complete.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So if you're gonna go brain dead on me,
I'm not gonna go brain dead.
well,
I'm just
you are playing that right now. So just kind of
just being
pay attention, because it's a very simply stated. It's not and you're messing with your head. If you need to go outside and stretch and get some air, then do that to clear your head.
so the area is basically this guy. Eight, 20, 6.28 feet squared. Let's basically be that. Be 12.2. Three times 3.5. Times what? 5? No. 3.5 times 2. That would be 10. Be 6. That would be 7. 2. That would be 7. 12. There's 6. What to do? And so it would be 7. 3.5 times 4, 20, 10, 12, 14. Nope. Times 3, 15, 9, 10. That would work. 0.3 should be 0.105. Yeah, I'm doing that correctly. 3.101. That'd be 3.3 with a remainder of 1. 0.0. That'd be like so. This Paul guy will need around 4 bags. 4 bags? Yeah, 4 bags. Paul will need 4 bags of sand. Heath. Oh, the kid's named Heath. It's a nice name. Who named the kid Heath? Heath. What is that? Bunch of two, 12. Oh no, it's a circle. It's a circle. So circle. Two. That together would be 4. Oh, my circle looks so bad. Nico's a little ball. Meow, meow, meow. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. So that means 4 times. No, wait. 4 times 12, 6. So that'd be times 3. Times 3. Where did we get that? The scale factor is 1/3. It's 3, so that would be 3. So 3 times 3 equals 9. 1, 2. That would be 3, 6, 9. Squares stop moving. That would be 12. I'm gonna move this line down a bit. And I gotta erase this line here. Long is the base of the scale drawing rectangle would be 9. And then 3, 6, 9, 12. Is 12 units high. Nine. And 12. 9. 8. 6. 14. 24. 18. 2. 32. 11. 14 times 3, that would be 12. Like the hand, that's gonna do what I said. I actually do that. I don't like chicken. They're scary. Moth. 'm almost done. I'm almost done. Nice. I'm almost done with math. It's already almost 4 o'clock. Three times 4 is 12. 12 times 9. 18 here. 9, 10. 108. Four. Okay. I finished the math. Okay.
So the only thing with the market interest, instead of a fraction for your percentage, give me a number.
10. Oh,
How do you write
10%. 10%. I didn't write percentage as a decimal. Nine out of 10. I don't like doing decimals when doing stuff.
Okay, so, well, too damn bad. Okay, so
Times.
here. 1%.
Yeah, no, I
Okay.
have the decimal.
Okay, so
Times 0.10. Since there's only one there.
100% is actually 1. So that was 100%. 10% is, wait, stop. 10%
Yeah, that's
equals,
what
okay,
that's what I had on here. So that'd be
1% is,
0.01.
okay,
And then 0. So that would be crossed out because that is so 0, 0, 0, 0, 5. So that'd be 5,000. And then 8% would be 8%, so that would be 0.08. So that'd be 0.08. Like that. Okay, there. I'm back over there.
okay, and you put that 0 on this other side. Voila, good, okay.
Water. Have a look at the colors. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. Yeah. was fun. Okay, I don't. Three issues that I care about. I don't really know what issues that I care about.
Well, think about it.
I don't really have any issues that I care about really. That I can think of.
Well, you better think harder.
I don't know.
Well, then you can just sit there until you do.
It might be forever because there's.
Yeah, well, then that's what you're gonna be then.
Because
There's nothing you care about.
that is an issue that I want to change. Not really other than school. But I need 3 issues.
Well, you gotta start somewhere.
Fish. That's an issue.
You almost got it.
I almost got it. Okay, I'm gonna move this to where I can see it because I'm just doing this and then I blinked and then it went like it moved. It looked like it's being weird. One more. No, I want devices because my dad's saying like okay.